Hello, you're watching Drag Race TVLA, and we will be critiquing the promo looks and workroom entrance looks of the RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 6 Queens. If you like to talk Drag Race, you've come to the right place. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Drag Race TVLA. Joining me today are Jacque Borowski and Jayla Roxx. Say hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
That's the first time I've actually seen the new intro. It's the first time I've seen the new intro, and I love it.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks.
I was over here doing my little finger dance. This is all like y'all can see me do right now, so we're going to do that.
You can tell when Mark has nothing else to do, he starts playing. I'm like, I'm going to make a new video. So that's where that is. Thank you to everybody who's joining us live on YouTube or Twitch. We get both now. We go live on both. So we can see you in the chat. Hello, Singa199, Ken's in there, Amber's in there, Luis Manuel's in there. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This is going to be short and sweet. We just wanted to jump on here and give our 2 cents on the promo looks and entrance looks of the season 6 queens. Ollie and I are doing a weekly recap of Down Under. If you're watching Down Under, we do Mondays at 3 o'clock, me and Ollie, and Miss Magenta Fox from Australia is joining us. So that's 3 o'clock Mondays. Also be sure to subscribe to our Drag Race TVLA YouTube channel or DRTVLA on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. So you always know what's going on. Ladies, what are your first impression thoughts overall of the season? Let's start with Miss Jacque Borowski.
The cast is huge, so that was my first thought. I love so many people in the cast, but this is going to be hard for me because I'm just not used to the cast being so big. So I think that was a little bit overwhelming for me. But other than that, I am so excited for so many of these queens. So that is one thing that I'm really excited for.
Miss Jayla.
All right. So I have, let's see, 3 words. I think diversity. I'm really happy that there is a lot more representation this season.
Yep.
I guess, the article that came out years ago definitely has aged very, very well, So now we're in a place where we're able to see the girls actually, and I've seen this a lot when they've been posting is they've all mentioned the glow up. So I am happy to see all these girls. We're back, and thank God I have Paramount Plus. Okay.
Yes, for those of you who are wondering how to watch All-Star 6, it is going to be only available on Paramount Plus. It is, I think, $6 a month. So I don't know, get it for 3 months and cancel it when you're done. I don't know. That's my recommendation. Probably not what Paramount Plus wants me to say, but I don't work for them. Yes, Jayla does look stunning, everyone, in the
Thank
chat.
you. You like my new do? I got a little budget, honey. We on Twitch now. I had to switch up my budget and my hair.
Jayla Braxton, I'm living.
Yes, I love it.
What is this here too? Amber thinks there's so many great queens this season. And this is another thing I was thinking too. Jappel says, "I'm excited that there doesn't seem to be a clear winner." So it'll be interesting. I'm excited. When I first heard the is it the 24th, the premiere? Okay, I think I put 28th on my screen. I'll fix it. Shoot, I just lost track of what I was going to say now. Oh, no, I was thinking, like, at first I wasn't sure. I was kind of like, I don't know. And then the more I watched the promo and the little snippets, the more I was like, okay, I'm kind of excited for this. So, yeah.
Well, let me share a fun fact. Go ahead.
I just wanted to draw attention because Jayla, when we watched the promo, she was like, Tina Burner's gonna be mad that they all use the aesthetic.
See, I called it in our group chat, and then all of a sudden we actually texted at the same time, and I was like, "Yeah, Tina Burner, y'all check on her, Lord Jesus, y'all check on the Tina Burner, because I mean, y'all dragged her all last season, wearing the same color palette, and then we turn around and say glow up. So y'all got to get y'all stuff together and your priorities, Drag Race toxic fans. But I will share some a fun fact for this season of All Star 6. I actually helped some of the girls hack their stuff for season 6 of All Stars. No, don't clap because they worked me hard to the bone, honey. They had tubs and tubs of stuff that we had to transport. But I got some guns now for it. So I'm like, okay, it better be worthwhile. But I've seen the promo, so I'm like, okay, is this what was in the tubs? But hey, I love it. I love all the looks.
Yeah. Well, speaking of looks, let's get into the very first queen. I'm doing these in order of their entrance into the workroom. If you're wondering my order. So first up is Miss Akira C Davenport. Miss Jayla, thoughts on Miss Akira C Davenport?
Where is the body? I am a big fan of Akira. I love, love, love the promo look. I don't know if I really too much care for the interest look.
Okay. Yeah.
Love the sculpture, love the silhouette. I don't think that is something that I would have wore on the first day, but hey, who am I? I'm not on the show.
Jacque Borowski, thoughts on Akira?
Well, I'm flipped. I actually loved the entrance look. I thought that was like, that to me was like, I'm gonna win. And I do look at Akira as probably one of the front runners. If there's a top 3, then she would be the top 3. So the other look I wasn't too crazy about, only because I feel like it was one of those situations where she needed to take one thing off, because I felt like there was a lot going on and I couldn't focus on one thing. Like if she was going to have the big words on her chest, maybe less focus on the hair or this piece or something. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it was one of those situations where it was like, take one thing off.
Yeah.
But other than that, go ahead.
I'll share some tea about this hair and this whole look now.
Oh, yes, there was drama.
So, yes, there is a little bit of drama behind this. So, yes, go ahead and get your sips in, honey. So during the promo, I guess Akira asked Serena ChaCha to do the hair for the promo, the mohawky thing. And I'll go ahead and say it, because if you're in the drag community, you know that Serena ChaCha does have a reputation for botching some of the wigs that she have shipped out for some of the queens. And Akira isn't the first person to go public about this whole situation. So I'm guessing that the wig arrived damaged, as most of them do when you do buy from Serena ChaCha. And this was the day of the promo. So, promos are going to be one of the biggest things next to beginning and finale. Those are one of the things that people can nitpick, like we're doing right now, about the hair and X, Y, and Z. So Akira felt really insecure about showing up to set with crunchy, dusty, nappy hairs when she paid someone to do it for the sake of this. Is it a sabotage? I don't think so, because the show was taped totally before the promos. but it's just maybe bad business practice. But maybe she should have just took it off, honey. Where is the body?
Yeah.
Where is the refund, honey? That's what we need to be done. Because we need to know.
I, you know, I was kind of indifferent to both of her looks. I get it, like over the top. I mean, that's just not my kind of drag. Obviously that's not what I do. So it's not necessarily what I gravitate towards when I see these looks. I agree with Jackie. I think one or maybe two things could have been removed for that promo look. I really didn't like the entrance look either. I was just kind of like, I mean, okay. I feel like some queens for the entrance look, it's kind of like, okay, what else do I have in my closet to throw on? Kind of a thing instead of planning for it. And I feel like that's kind of what maybe that was, in my opinion, was more of a, okay, well, I'm just going to wear this because I don't have anything else to wear. But
Well, where is the shade button? We are already starting on a Sunday afternoon. Lord,
there she is. There she is.
there she goes.
All right. All right. So that's Akira. Jayla, Jackie, you said you think she's going to go pretty far. Jayla, how you want to predict maybe her standing in the competition? No. Okay.
Listen, this season, I'm not going to be making I don't want any more DMs from the girls. I'm going to just stay based off of what I see. I'm not going to try to put any of the girls in a ranking this season. I'm just going to just enjoy the show. And then just kind of go from based off of what I see per episode.
Yeah. My fear with Akira, although she did well on her season, my fear is that because she's up against other all-stars, I don't know how she will fare. That's my personal prediction, but I don't know anything. So anyway, moving
Ollie's
right on.
In the chat.
I see
him
stuff.
And Tez were already eliminated, which is not true. We love you guys.
Friendly competition. Love you all. Thank you, Ollie. We love our Ollie. Well, he'll be joining me tomorrow at 3:00 to recap Drag Race Down Under season 1. Plug. All right. Next up, Jackie, we'll start with you, Miss Jiggly Caliente.
You guys, I am so excited for this. I've been saying for a while now that because Jiggly has had such a glow up since her season. So I am like 1,000% so excited for this. And I think she looks gorgeous in both looks. I think, Ru said in the preview that the theme was redemption. I mean, this is like, she mentions this. She had one of the worst outfits on Drag Race until LaLa Ri came along with the bags. And so now it's like to be coming with these outfits that I think are some of the best that I've seen. It's just hands down amazing. I'm rooting for her 1,000%.
Yay. Jayla.
I'm with Jackie on this one. We all love Jiggly Caliente. And I'm happy that we were able to see her outside of Drag Race. We saw her on Pose a couple seasons. And then now she's getting that Pose check. She's coming on back. The barbecue is no longer canceled. She got the new teeth. She's feeling really good. So I think, and then she's lost all this weight. So we're gonna get a whole new, brand new version of Jiggly Caliente. And that way, for some of our younger fans, we get to reintroduce Jiggly Caliente, like we've been doing for the past other All-Star season, to the younger crowd. So she totally deserves it, and I'm happy to see her up there.
Yeah, I thought my first thought when her face came up was, oh my gosh, she looks so stunning. Obviously, the weight loss, not that you're not beautiful with 50 more pounds on you, but she just absolutely looks stunning. Her makeup skills, like you said, her teeth, she had done all this stuff. She looked gorgeous. If I'm critiquing the looks, they seemed a little basic for me. When you see the dress, the workroom dress, which is a black dress with a lot of zippers on it, it's gorgeous. But it just seemed a little kind of, if I'm going to call out Akira for being kind of like, I have to say it for Jiggly too. Even her promo look, even though she looked stunning, I wanted maybe a little bit more. Maybe one of Akira could have gave her one or two of her items to Jiggly. I think Jiggly was lacking a few. But overall, I'm excited to see her. I think a lot of people are excited to see her. You know, she hasn't been on since season 4. So,
and Jiggly and Sonique are now 2 trans queens who have been on the show. Like, I think they haven't had a lot of queens that after they came out as trans came back onto the show. So It's nice to see that they're back and they're following up with them and their stories.
Absolutely. And you know, I have to say this. I was going to say the same thing about Sonique. And I don't know. We were watching Jiggly on her season. Like we were there for for that season, and we watched it as it unfolded. To hear her speak and to hear Sonique speak in these confessionals was like night and day for me. Was it the same? Like, just, you can tell that they are so much more comfortable with who they are and proud of who they are. And they're just, I don't know, like you can just tell, like Jiggly even says, you know, I was letting out so much of my own personal frustrations on other people and stuff. And they just came across as such, just so much more polished, so much more put together. That was one of the things I was most proud of with both of them, was to see this transformation for both of them. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
No, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Next up is one of Jacque Borowski's favorites, I'm sure.
I love Jan.
Jan.
Freaking unapologetically love Jan.
Oh, you can have her. Go ahead, Jacque. Give us.
Well, I will say the purple outfit, I'm not too crazy about. I do feel like it's something we've seen before. I've probably seen it before on our Instagram or on the show or something. It seems like a repeat of some other look. But this like flames, like fire phoenix look was probably one of my favorite looks. It was amazing. I just loved it.
How do you think she's going to fare overall on the season, Jacque? I'm curious your thoughts.
I don't think that she will fare well, and that's only because I truly do think that people that tend to be the fan favorites, you know, tend to go farther in the competition. And I love Jan, and I'm a huge fan of Jan, but I don't see her as like a historical fan favorite. So maybe she'll pick up some more, like a bigger fan base from this, but I don't know.
Miss Jayla, thoughts on Jan?
I'll just say one thing, and we can just move on from that. I don't want any more Stephanie's Child.
Yeah.
Moving on. That's it.
I will concur that. I just, you know, what I have, you know, I'm going to follow because I just talked about Jiggly and Kylie, Lorayne Love, how they presented themselves on camera. Jan and a couple others are like the complete opposite to me. All I get from Jan is what I think you want to hear, what I'm supposed to say, what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to look. And it's like, I don't want that. I still don't know who Jan is. Other than a singer in Stephanie's Child and a contestant on RuPaul's. I don't know Jan. I don't know what her drag is. I don't know what she wants. Like, and as beautiful as the leotard is, it is a leotard with wings and chaps. It's beautiful, yes, but I feel
like the outfit is wearing Jan. The outfit is wearing Jan.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to end up seeing, because it's like, it's part of that whole like knowing your brand thing. Akira wore the body thing because that's something of her brand. Jan is wearing what Denali wore in her promo, and it's just red. So what is the brand? You know what I mean? If you're going to rule the world, and you're going to do all those things, we need to see that. And also, like, she had a better brand with her entrance look, her season with the Jan Sport look, and she had the the athletic attire that says it's a play on her name. Um,
Hmm.
but here we are, and it's just like, well, this is All Stars, so I guess I just come back with better clothes, and it's like, okay,
Well,
sure.
it's and they do that. Like in so many of their, in the introduction videos, the Meet the Queens, so many of them were saying that is, oh, well, I have money now. Now I have money. Now I have money. And I'm like, and what have I been saying since day one? Look at Jinx Monsoon. Look at Evie Oddly. Look at Sharon Needles. We didn't go gaga over them because they were rhinestone pantyhose or because they, looked flawless from head to toe. We liked them because of who they were and what they presented on camera. And it's just so frustrating to me that some of these girls just still don't get it. Like they just don't get it. This is an interesting fact. Thank you, Frankie Hung. Bunny B. Fly from Drag Race Thailand made Jan's outfit, who also designed Scarlett Adams' Sea Sickening look, which you can tell that the same person. Oops, not that. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. It's you can tell if you, I don't know, Jayla, if you're watching Down Under, but Jackie, now that they say that, I completely see that it was the same person.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, made both those looks. Had I known that, I would have brought a picture of Scarlett's look.
Ooh, y'all are shady this season, honey.
There we go. There we go. All right. So, and I think Jan, I don't think she's going to last long, personally, but that's me, my opinion. All right. Next up, Miss Raja O'Hara. We'll start with Miss Jayla. Thoughts on her promo and entrance looks?
I love both of these because she understands the assignment. You're here for
Mm-hmm.
ours. The intro says, I am all star. You go into the entrance look and you know that your brand is the purple and the oranges and you branded that over since you left the show and you always wore that and you've incorporated your brand with color themes and that's what branding is about. So I've got a chance to meet Raja over there because I was not a fan of her on her season because it was very very the attitude just I just couldn't look over it. So I was able to realize that she's a sweetheart. I met her at DragCon that year after. I've seen all of her working, and she's had a chance over the past year to realize who she is and reevaluate all of those things. So she's one of the
Yeah.
people that I'm rooting for this season as far as redemption goes because
Uh-huh.
she deserves that, and I'm happy that she's getting another chance as well.
Yeah. I mean, this is the redemption season. So, Jacque Borowski, thoughts on Raja's entrance and promo looks?
I agree with Jayla. I think she looked great. I think that, she has this kind of purple brand that she's threaded throughout these looks. It was like one nitpicky thing is when she sat down, the star got kind of rumpled. And I wish that somebody who was like a set dresser person just came and kind of like fixed that for her. I'm a Virgo, so like little things like that, I was like, somebody help her.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my only little nitpicky thing was that like there was nobody to, because the star stops looking like a star a little bit when she talks, and I couldn't tell until they did the full shot what it was exactly. I just thought it was like some boob cutout, and then I'm like, oh, it's a star. Oh, that's cool. But I think there was like had there been a better set dresser or wardrobe person to kind of help her out so that when you first came into that interview, you saw like, oh, she's on All Stars. She's got a star here. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't notice the star right away. It took me a couple of times watching that I realized that it was a star. I mean, we all know my thoughts on Raja from season 11. Just completely not a fan. It's going to take, I haven't had the opportunity like you, Jayla, to get to know her as a person and all that kind of stuff. I'm purely, again, basing everything on what I see on television and this and that. I felt like she was the other one that I felt like her the way she spoke in the promo seemed a little forced and like what I should say instead of just being herself and answering the questions and stuff like that. I liked both the looks. I really did, as much as that pains me to say. But I really did like them. I liked the promo look even more when I realized that was a star. I was like, oh, okay, that's a cute idea. Again, she has a lot of work to change my mind, but we'll see.
Lord.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see how well she does. She did go far in season 11. She went pretty far. So we'll see. She said in the promo, I was a bitch on season 11. And then I'm a badass bitch, but I was a bitch on season 11, I think is what she says. And I want to see the badass bitch. I don't want to see the bitch anymore. So we will see. Let's throw that up there one more time for everybody. All right. So next up is Miss Ginger Minj. Let me grab her photo. Jacque Borowski. Thoughts on Miss Ginger Minj? Her third time on the show.
I know you're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me, but I didn't like either of these. I didn't like either of them. They both made her look shapeless, and it's like, I just wanted her. I like her as a queen, so I just wanted her to accentuate herself in a way that was better for her. Mm-hmm. The first, the promo look was just like a floofy bathing suit, and then the other look was like warty balls that I just didn't get. I didn't get it at all. So
overall, though, how do you think she will fare in the competition?
Oh, I think she'll do well in the competition. I just think, as long as that's not. She said that it was an outfit that took her down, like the last time she was on. So I don't know if she can manage to not wear that kind of outfit all season. She might go far. Yeah, because she does well in the acting challenges.
Yeah. Jayla, Miss Ginger Minj, your thoughts?
It's been a while since we've seen her part of anything Drag Race franchise related, so I really don't mind her coming back for another All Stars. Shangela did it, so why not? Right. As far as the clothes,
no.
But the thing is, what's going to happen is, say if another queen like Akira Davenport would have wore that, and they would have wore it side by side in a judging panel, they were going to eat Akira up and go, Ginger, you can look like that. It's funny. You're a comedy queen, girl. So I'm expecting a lot of that this season. Her saying like, oh, I'm glam toad. I can just wear whatever. And then read the fuck out of Eureka or read somebody who has a better fashion caliber, if you will, because of silhouette and all those kind of things. So it's fine. Yeah. Ginger, she'll pass, that kind of thing. So I do see that coming up because, we are very known here in the US for inconsistencies in judging the queen. So that will happen this season.
Yeah. Well, there's been some inconsistencies on Down Under as well, which is kind of frustrating. But we all know that I'm a huge Ginger Minj fan. I did not get the entrance look. I was like, girl, what is that?
Now,
people in the chat are saying glamour toad, but it just reads.
Well, that's what I was hoping. Like, at least come in with the frog eyes and just come in. And then you walk in, and you have a crown on, you got like a big frog outfit on, and I would just go there and go ribbit.
Yeah.
That's it, and then we would have got glamour toad. This I don't know. K.
Yeah, it was. I didn't mind the other one so much. I thought compared to what she's presented in the past, I thought it was an improvement. Whether it was the best of the promo looks, definitely not. But I think for her, it was okay. All right. Next up is Miss Yara Sofia. Jayla, let's start with you. I'll grab the photo for you. Thoughts on Miss
Yes.
Yara Sofia?
It's Charante. I'm so happy that Yara Sofia is here. We've been begging this bitch all these motherfucking years to come
Yeah,
on the show. And now that she's finally here, I'm so excited to see what she does. She's known for her campy, crazy style, but also known for, the sexy, the fashion, all of it. So
yeah,
to see her, she's also going to be one of those introduction queens as well, because we didn't watch All Stars 1. And when the newer fans were kind of in elementary school, believe it or not, when her season came out.
yeah,
So this is her redemption moment, literally. I'm so excited to see what she has this season. As far
yeah,
as entrance look, um, I could go to Piranha in Vegas and see it.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's it for
yeah.
both looks actually,
Jackie?
and I'm okay with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I was going to say the same thing for both. Jackie, I'll throw it up for you again.
I'm so excited to see Yara. I just love her. I think
Hmm.
she's very unique. She's funny. She's really distinctive. I'm so excited for a new generation of people to see her.
Hmm.
Uh, I didn't mind the looks in the sense that, as Jayla always says, they're part of her brand. Like, I did see this, and this read Yara to me.
Yeah,
Um, I although there are, like, Ken in the chat is saying I expected better. It wasn't bad,
yeah,
and I agree with that, but I guess I expected to be more wowed because I hold her to such a high standard.
yeah,
And I've seen her do lip syncs with outfits that I liked more. So I guess, like, I'm just waiting for the season to see that kind of Yara.
yeah, for sure. Um, I think what you said, Jackie, is what you phrased what I was thinking really well. Is I was expecting more. Just like, here's your chance to come back and really just take Yara Sofia, in quotes, to a whole nother level, and just really wow everybody. And it wasn't until I did this slide for this podcast and saw them side by side that I was like, is it the same outfit?
I was gonna say that too.
And
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of was like, Yara. And I love Yara. Do not get me wrong. I love, love, love Yara. If I'm in a show and Yara is there, I am a happy drag queen. But yeah, I wanted a little bit more. One of, what did he say? Is Japple, one of my baby gays who has no idea who this bitch is.
You'll
Oh,
love her, Japple. She's
yeah,
awesome. You'll love
Exactly,
her.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So reintroduction is definitely what we need right now.
for sure, for sure. All right, next up, and I will say before I send it over to you guys, I think this entrance look is my favorite of everybody who walked into the workroom. Next up is Miss Silky Nutmeg Ganache, Jayla.
Yes, honey.
I just thought
All
her
right.
entrance look was just absolutely like jaw dropped.
Talk about elevation. Now, y'all
Yeah,
know I'm already going to be Team Silky this season, like I was season 11. So the hate
yeah,
train, not over here. I fight bitches this season. So, and I'll tell you why. Silky Ganache is, obviously one of my really, really, really good friends. And she's worked so hard for this. And there was the back and forth of the conversation of should I do it? Should I not do it? America's racist, America's fat phobic. Like, I don't want to deal with that again. I got to go to therapy. There were times where she literally just off the internet and was like, this is too much right now. So for
yeah,
her to actually pick up the pieces and say, you know what, I deserve a second chance at this. They want me back. I made great TV. Let's do it. Means a lot. And to see her up there in her best form, in her best light,
yeah,
is going to be something spectacular. The looks were A1. All I could
yeah,
think about in the first look, the opening, I was like, okay, she came ready for Paramount Plus. So I love the Iron Man, Wonder
Yeah.
Woman cape look. It was so detailed. Shout out to Troy Ford who made that outfit single-handedly and so good. As
Yeah.
far as the entrance look, um, okay, let's talk about the anal beads that drag to the floor. Did you see that? I love, love,
Yeah.
love. So it's it's a fun look of both her promo look and her entrance matched together from season 11, which is her opening look.
Yeah.
Um, I was like, okay, Cookie looks good. I like it when she threw it. I was only thing I could think about was like, please don't spill the milk. Please don't spill the milk. And it did not spill. So excellent and flawless, entrance for me. And I can't wait to see what she does this season.
Yeah. Jacque Borowski, your thoughts on Miss Silky Nutmeg Ganache? I'll throw it up there for you again.
I thought she looked gorgeous. I mean, she makes a comment that she has more money now, and you can see that she put a lot of love and money into her looks. I do love a good like shtick. So a queen who has like a gimmick, I love that because that is part of your branding. So I love
Yeah.
that she had like the cookie and the milk coming out of this like gorgeous dress. It's memorable. So when
Yeah.
queens do that, we remember that. So I appreciated that as well. So I do think that she came to play, and she, she took out her drag race handbook and studied it to the T to be able to come here and know
Yeah.
like, what am I going to do to make sure that I draw the eye of whoever is watching.
Yeah. No, she just looked so like, I jaw dropped when she walked into the workroom. I was like, wow, that hair, the dress, just, I mean, a glass of milk in her bra. Come on, girl.
Right. Now, and I will say this, just because she's my friend, she already knows this too. I said, if you have a bad week, we're going to read you. Like,
Yeah.
we have to.
Yeah.
We're not biased here. If you
Yeah.
had a bad week, I'm going to read you in the name of love. And,
Yeah.
maybe you can come on here and clear your name this season, but we
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. She's more than welcome, Silky, to come
Yes.
over here and yell at us. All right. Next up, also going for a third try is Miss Pandora Boxx. Jacque Borowski, thoughts on her promo and entrance looks?
I just love Pandora, and I mean, I'm a little biased on her
Do
outfits.
you?
I do. I love Pandora. I love her, and I have a friend who styles her sometimes. So I'm a little bit biased on her outfits too, but I actually love these. I thought these were very Pandora looks. She tends to like these kind of like superhero kind of like nerd adjacent kind of looks. So I thought it was like glamorous, but like a nod to like nerd adjacentness. So I love them. I love them. I was excited to see Pandora.
How do you think she'll do in the competition without being attached to Mimi on first?
I mean, I'm sure she'll do better than she did in All Stars 1. But the problem is like this cast is so huge, and Pandora is one of those queens who people don't know as much about anymore because she came from season 3 and from a season of All Stars that nobody watched. So, there's people like me who've been watching from the beginning that might really like love her and appreciate her. But I think people are going to start to gravitate towards the queens that they know more, the more recent queens. And I do think that that's going to have an effect.
Yeah. Miss Jayla Roxx, thoughts on Miss Pandora Boxx? I'll throw it up there for you again.
Okay. To be honest with this look, leave that up there just 1 second. Just a little bit more seconds.
I'm going to grab it again.
Go ahead, I don't want my face to be seen when I say this.
All right, it's coming up now.
Okay, give me the cue.
Go ahead.
So when it comes down to Miss Pandora Boxx, I didn't think of it at all. I forgot that she was on the show until you said something about it. And then I was like, oh, right. Okay. I was counting on my fingers, like, we're missing somebody. And it was Pandora's Boxx. I did like the entrance look. Mindy Lamore created that wonderful look.
Yeah.
It was very, silhouette-y. Um, I did watch Pandora Boxx on her season. Did not watch All Stars 1. I think I follow her on Instagram, and I still maybe I'll blame it on the algorithm that I don't really get to see much of her, so I don't know much of what she's able to bring. Um, I can see her redemption story being without me on first, but she's gonna get one of those. I don't know, I wasn't there. Uh, Tatiana edits like, oh, you're the
Uh,
Oak Queen, you go home early. So
okay.
yeah.
I will say this. I do know Pandora pretty well. She's been on our show a couple times as well. And I will say this. Her entrance look, in my opinion, might be the most beautiful I've ever seen her. Just that gown, her hair, everything. It was unexpected, I think, for me. I'm hoping that this is a foreshadowing of what's to come for the season for her. That she doesn't kind of just, all of her dresses on her season were like too short. It was that typical, kind of tacky leopard prints and stuff like that. I really truly hope she has elevated and done
Yeah.
more like this. If that is the case, I think she could go pretty far. But I hope it's not a Tatiana type thing where because she's hasn't been around for long, they're gonna just dismiss her.
And you have to
Um,
understand, like season 2 and 3, it was okay to wear jeans as in
right.
drag. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like that
Yep.
stuff just didn't really it didn't really like appease to the fashion aspect of it. So maybe this will be kind of what she gives is just fashion. And I
Yeah.
could be wrong, but and I'm open to changing my opinion, but this is a preseason thing. So, at the end of the day, I don't mind eating my words.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. All right. So next up is Miss Scarlet Envy. Jacque Borowski, let's start with you. There's her promo look and her entrance looks.
What's sad is like I normally like Scarlet Envy's looks, and I
Uh-huh.
didn't like either of these. I'm not a big fan of tie-dye. I don't know why. I just not like I don't know. I just don't like tie-dye. Maybe it's because I did work at a tie-dye like sweatshop at some point. So I'm just not into tie-dye. So any sort of giant tie-dye outfit is automatically a no for me.
Yeah.
And I just thought like I've seen her better than the other outfit, the promo outfit. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've just seen that to me was just like it was like okay, like you look nice, but I feel like she's looked so much better, even at like seeing her in better outfits at DragCon. So I don't know. I was really disappointed because I was really actually looking forward to seeing what Scarlet Envy was going to do, and this was just not what I expected.
Yeah. Jayla, I'll throw it up there again for you.
Okay. No need to. We've seen it.
Jayla's like, no, I'm tired of it.
We've seen it, definitely. Um, this is okay. Scarlet Envy should have. Okay. Oh Lord, I guess I'm being shady on a Sunday afternoon. I think I think we would have for casting. I would have taken just one 13 girl rather than too many 11 girls. So I would have
Yeah.
grabbed Utica as because they need the one girl to come right back. So I would
Yeah.
have taken Utica and Scarlet, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I
I would
just
rather see Utica come right back than Scarlet come right back.
I
There's
just
not much to prove, I guess.
yeah.
You proved that on Instagram that you can do your makeup, great. You have music, great. You were nice at DragCon, great. Do we care to see you on this? It's like this is just like Miss Banji doing All Stars. We don't need it.
Yeah.
You've already a star in your light in its own
Yeah.
way, and the fans love you so much. Take that and put it on a t-shirt, girl. I don't think that we needed this, but
Yeah.
at the same time, who am I? Uh, um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm handing it back over to you.
Yeah, I mean, it just neither of them really stood out to me. I liked the idea of the entrance look, but I'm like you, Jackie. I'm not a huge fan of tie dye. Um, I got the idea of it. Scarlet Envy, Scarlet, like Southern kind of thing. I get it. I just don't think she's all star material. Sorry. Oh, I guess I have to do it. Um, I just don't. I just don't. When I think of all stars, I just don't think of her. But to quote Joey J, filler queen. Um,
Yeah, just bring Detox back. What did she do wrong? Bring her
right.
back for a third. Bring Detox back. Say it with me, guys. Bring
Bring
Detox
detox back.
back.
Bring detox back. I agree a
Detox
thousand
had
percent.
one of my all-time favorite looks that she was I can't remember it was in a finale where she had like a black and white look that made her look like she was in like an old black and white movie. I thought that to me I was like done. I'm done.
Yeah,
It was gorgeous.
yeah. Fun fact. Thank you, Frankie Hung. They have one girl from every season except for 1 and 8. So that's good to know. And 13, right? No one from 13.
Yeah, I'm like, who's on 13? Yeah, just
Yeah,
1, 8, 13.
yeah. 13's a little too soon, though. I think. Um,
Yeah, I guess they were.
I think that they should do that. I think that they should have to wait like 2 All-Stars before they can go on. You know what I mean? Before their season can go on.
Yeah.
I think that that's fair. All right. So moving on from Miss Scarlet Envy, we'll move to Miss Serena ChaCha from season 5. Jayla, let's start with you. I'll throw it up there for you.
Well, let me tell you about Miss Cha-Cha. You know what? I think she is going to be one of those people who gets honey Davenported. You know that what that means?
Uh,
Like I
yeah,
spend all this grand money to go get this ridiculous send off. You know what I mean? What's going to happen?
yeah,
Um, Serena Chacha, I'm so happy that they have her on the show just for the sake of like a wow gag factor. Like they pulled this one out their ass. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh, and the people are not excited about Cha Cha. So cast her, from a producer standpoint, we need somebody to be mad at. We need somebody to be outraged. She's definitely not
uh-huh,
going to go home first. We're going to be one of those people like, well, she should have went home. And that's going to make people watch it more to hate it more. It's
yeah,
sad to say that, but y'all are the ones that are toxic, not me.
yeah,
So I think that, having her and like the trick in the bag kind of thing here for. But it all is going to make sense at the end of the day. And Serena Chacha, give Akira a refund.
Let me do that. There we go. Miss
Okay.
Jacque Borowski, your thoughts on Miss Serena ChaCha from season 5?
I mean, Jayla pretty much said it all. It's like, when you cast someone for controversy, knowing that they're going to make controversy.
Yeah.
I wasn't, as far as the looks are concerned.
Here, I'll throw them up for
I
you.
I just it was too much. Like it was another one of those situations where I wish there was some editing going on.
Hmm.
I get that her look is this kind of um like
Panama.
yeah, like jumpsuit outfit kind of
Yeah.
thing. I get that, but I again, it's like I just wish there was some editing because there was a lot going on here. So that's my only comment on that. But we cast for controversy. So when people are, they feel like they need someone to hate, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I didn't hate either look. I'll say that. Uh, Definitely a step up from where she was before, but again, that's not saying much because she, was only into drag for like a year when she got cast. So,
And didn't she go home first? If I
yeah,
am recalling, she went home first. Yeah.
She
second.
did? No,
I
she
think
went home.
second. I think second.
Because there was a
And
whole like
looking
untucked
the
thing
same.
where they all like went off on her or
off on her.
whatever.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
she was second. I think she was in the bottom twice, but I think she went home second. I'm almost positive.
Yeah. She said,
Um,
"Ghetto's a place, mama."
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like you said too, Jayla, I'm glad she's getting like another chance, like to be seen, to, be out there. I think she's gonna win? Hell no. Um, I mean, it is what it is,
I
I
mean,
guess.
let's face it, we're running out of all stars, girl. So we got to start grabbing and just do like a randomizer, and
Yeah.
whoever gets pulled from each season, we'll call you. And if you're
Right.
available, come.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
she went home second. You guys are right. I looked it
Okay.
up.
Great. All right. Next up, the artist formerly known as Sonique, as now Kylie Sonique Love, Jacque Borowski. What do you think of Miss Kylie's promo and entrance looks?
I love the red look.
Uh
I
huh.
loved that.
The entrance. Yeah.
Yeah, their entrance look. I love that. The other one, you guys know me. I get a little frustrated when someone has a great body and they I mean, it's great you have a great body, but I
Yeah.
want you to be wearing some sort of outfit. I just
Yeah.
feel like that didn't really qualify as an outfit. It was another one of those things where like, look, I'm gorgeous. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
So I just wish there was more to the outfit. And then maybe, if you want to parade around half naked backstage to show people how gorgeous you are, then sure, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Do you
I
how?
this is oh go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Jackie, how do you think she'll do in the competition?
It's hard to tell because it's another one of those scenarios, right? Where not too many of the fans have heard of her. So I don't know if it's going to be another one of those things where, like I said, with some of the other queens, where it's like people don't know, there's not enough fan base,
Uh huh.
or if it's going to be a thing where, well, you get a new fan base. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I obviously I hope for all these queens who are older, who are on the older seasons, they get a new fan base.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Jayla, go ahead.
Love, I'm so happy that Sonique is there. She was one of my favorites on her season. And like she was one of the first queens to come out publicly and saying,
Yeah.
I'm going through a transition. This is who I want to be. And then fast forward to now, this is who she's approaching herself to be. And we got a taste of that back in the Christmas episode when
Yep.
she absolutely killed it. And that was
Yep.
one of those things that helped her catapult getting casted onto All Star 6.
Uh
Because of the
huh.
new thing. It's like, oh my gosh, she's killing it. Um, Here's my thing from sister to sister. I really, really, really don't want her to get caught up in the trans storyline. So that way it's going to overshadow her talent. She's
Yeah.
very talented. She's a rapper. She's a flipper. I've seen her so many times here in Los Angeles
Yeah.
that we want to see the creativity in the art. Great, you have boobs. Great, you have a nice ass. But don't let that be your whole existence. Don't let who you identify as, overshadow what you can actually do. And I
Yep.
say that every season for everybody that comes on there. Don't sell your story for a storyline or for redemption. Let us see what you can do, and that's why you're
Yeah.
here. Not because we're trying to meet a diversity quota. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
But we want to see you do your art. We want to see who you are, and hopefully she'll give us that. As
Yeah.
far as the outfits go, love her entrance look, pretty sickening.
Yeah.
Um, and as far as the promo look, I think I've probably seen this outfit before, no shade, um, because that's like her thing.
Yeah.
So great, yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I think I my first thought when I saw the promo look was, please don't do. I'm going to rely on the body. Like you're so much better. Like I agree with you, Jayla. I've worked with her. I've been in shows with her. She's extremely, extremely talented. You can't take your eyes off her on stage. Like she's not just about a nice body and a nice costume. Like she can perform. Like she's very entertaining. so I hope, and like you, and I'm glad you brought up the Christmas special too, because I think she shocked a lot of people in that Christmas special, which I think like may not have been as shocking for you and me because we know her and we know her well. I hope that we get more of the Christmas special. I truly hope that, and I agree with everything you said about it.
Thank you.
And I do think her entrance, "Ooh, girl, you got female." Her entrance line was
The
really
perfect
good.
line, most perfect
Yeah,
line. So I'm like, yes,
yeah,
come in there and fuck it up. So yeah,
yeah.
definitely there with you.
All right. So next up is Miss Trinity K Bonet. I will grab her picture.
Let me go first for this one.
Go do it. I'm grabbing the photo right now.
Okay. So for the TKB, this is the person I'm most excited for and about. We have been campaigning for TKB for All Stars since All Stars 3.
Yeah.
Like she's had a hashtag TKB for All Stars 3, TKB for All Stars 4, TKB for all like, and she's been doing
Yeah.
that every year. And they finally like woke it up and they brought her on. I don't know what the reason. Well, I do know the reason, but I just want to share it. But they've been overlooking her a lot, and I think
Yeah.
like why? TKB was that girl, the lip sync assassin, and you know, has been killing it in Atlanta. That's my home. That's my home. Atlanta's my home. So just
Mhm.
seeing her just go there and represent and still be a part of the pageant system and to be a part of those things. And her clothes have elevated. She's elevated. She shared her story in her season. She was season 6, right?
Yeah.
Season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, the year of the
I'm gonna look it
Panther,
up. I
right?
think so.
Yeah, so I think like, she's one of my favorites then. She's definitely one of my favorites now. Um, I have to get used to the flipper. That
Yeah.
was one of the things that she had last season, the last time she did the flipper. So I still have to get used to it, but I'm here. I'm team TKB all the way through.
Yeah. Jacque Borowski, what did you think? I'll throw it up there for you again for her looks.
I'm like Jayla. I love her looks. I'm so excited for her to be on this season. She's a lip sync assassin. I think this is going to be one of those queens who, because she was on season 6 isn't that much earlier, but it's still earlier than quite a few of these other queens where
Yeah.
maybe people don't know who she is, and I feel like that in her case is going to be an advantage because people are going to be shocked about what she can do.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be great for her because I think that she is going to be one of these queens who gets a whole new fan base from people just having no idea,
Yeah.
So, she's a lip sync assassin. She's fashionable. I think she's going to do really well, and I'm very excited to see her. It's her and Dita Ritz are two queens that for forever I'm like, why are they not on another All Stars season? These are like classic lip sync assassins.
Yeah.
Fun fact about this about TKB before we move on. She is the most followed queen since the reveal. Like the most who has the
Ah.
most traction, or how do I say it?
Yep.
She is the number one queen out of the entire cast that got the most follows
Got the
when the
most
cast reveal came out.
was
Yeah,
announced. Nice. Good for her. Good for her.
yeah,
I will say that I love both of her looks. I like that they're both so different.
hmm
You know what I mean? Like you got a taste of two different sides of her, and I like them both. I like them both
yeah.
because she is very classy, but then she also has that little edge to her, which I love. I really like her. I'll have to link it in the bio of YouTube. I interviewed her at DragCon as well, and it's a hysterical interview.
Yeah.
I'll link it
And she's
in
such the
the
cutest little thing. She's like really
yeah,
little. Like all these girls are little.
She's cute.
yeah,
They look like 6 feet, and then she's like, So I'm just towering over her.
yeah, for sure. Um, Yeah, and this is a good point. Chucky Chuck just says, her only downfall is when she starts to second guess herself. I don't know. I'm wondering if though, because she's played the game once, that maybe it won't be as bad as it was before. That's definitely something that's hard for people to not do, But I don't know. I have a feeling she may have outgrown that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're gonna have to after this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah,
brand new game. Like there's a new twist. There's voting people out. Like it's not 2013. You know what I mean? When you came out, like there's a whole new game, new producers, new formats, all that kind of stuff. So you have to adapt, or you get left behind.
yeah. I agree. Here's a crazy question from Ken Ken. This is the third season of All Stars. They have brought a past All Star back. Do you think All Star 7 will do that too? And also, if a queen does it a fourth time, what would you think of them?
I think that since they're doing it like this, it's just going to be just a pull now. It's not going to matter how many All Stars you did or what other shows you were on at this point.
Mm,
It's just going to become one of those things where, okay, Juju's next season, Juju's going to also be on All Stars 9. Like, it's going to be one of
yeah,
those things.
yeah.
Now, as far as what was the other part of the question?
The other part was, and also, if a queen does a fourth time, or you answered that. Do you think All Star 7 will have a returning All Star?
Oh, absolutely. They've already, discussed that. They also asked Adore to come back again for this season too,
Yep.
and she was just like, to hell. So I just say, word of warning, just stop calling her. Call somebody who really wants to come on here and show
Yeah.
their art and who deserve it. And and then maybe we'll see Shangela again on the next season
Yeah.
of All Stars, and then we'll have some repeat offenders. But as long as they got the money and they got the coin and availability, keep bringing them up here, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how if how the ratings do when they start doing more repeats and stuff. But I mean, we'll see. We
I
will
will
see.
say something. I personally, I personally would love to see an All Stars season with all queens who haven't been on All Stars before, only because
Yeah.
in the thoughts of fairness, we think, okay, well, I haven't seen this other queen in a while. I would like her to take that slot. But that's not going to happen. And that's because of the way the shows need to cast things. So if they say, okay, we've got this many slots of this types of girls, this many slots of this types of girls, and I'm talking about, it's like you can't have a whole season that's all pageant queens. You can't have a whole season that's all comedy queens. So they're trying to, not only give a chance for another queen that we haven't seen to come back, but they want to make sure they got a mean girl in there. They want to make sure that they have some lip sync assassins in there. They're trying to like calculate in their strategy, like, okay, who can we fill for certain slots to make sure that we also have like compelling reality TV for you guys to watch. So it's not just oh, well, it has to be a new slate of people. I mean, maybe if the show, like once it's been going on for forever and we start doing these casts, or we start taking from like Spain and Australia and that sort of thing. But as it is now, it's just like, you have to think, in the earlier seasons there were smaller casts, and
Yeah.
we have certain queens filling certain slots. So they are trying to cast for, it's like Jayla said this with Serena ChaCha. It's like you want to put in there someone that people think will be controversial, so that they'll be compelled to watch.
Yeah.
People get mad when everyone's too nice. They do.
Yeah.
We had seasons where that happened and everyone was like, I'm bored, so
Yeah. There was something I was going to say and I lost it already. I hate getting old. Um, somebody in the chat said they keep bringing people back, and there's people that haven't been brought back that should get another chance. Also, don't forget too, some of these people probably could have been asked and declined. So it's not necessarily the show didn't want them back. They just had a conflict, or they couldn't do it, or they, weren't interested in doing it, or something like that. And I think especially a lot of the earlier queens, I think now you go into it knowing you're going to have to deal with this crazy, stupid fan base. And I think some people just don't want to put themselves through that again. And I 1000% support them in not wanting to put themselves through it. One of the things I was going to say is one of the things that so many of the queens said in these Meet the Queens that really frustrated me was that they were all like, oh, I just, worried about what the fans are going to say. I'm worried about what the fans are going to say. I'm like, stop it. Like, I get it. Like, you want to be liked by the fans. I get that. But like, it should not be your driving force in doing this show and be making the decisions for what you're doing in the show. Again, you have to have a thicker skin, maybe not be as easy for a younger queen as it would be for somebody like me, because I don't care. Like I think Eureka even says in her thing, I want to be liked by people. I don't care. Like there was a time where I think I would have cared, but now I don't. Like, I get that there's a lot of different variety in drag. I may not be your cup of tea. That's fine. There are plenty of other people that I am their cup of tea that are still going to book me and are still going to want me in their shows. So I'm not going to worry about what Joe Schmo in Montana thinks of me, All right. Speaking of Eureka, last but certainly not least, Eureka is the last queen to enter the workroom. Miss Jacque Borowski, thoughts on Eureka's promo look and entrance looks?
I loved her entrance look. This is like classic Eureka. I mean, she always has these like amazing, like fully fleshed out conceptual outfits. She's one of those who really does wow with her outfits, and you are expecting a lot. The other outfit, I didn't like it until it was another one of those where I didn't like it until they showed the whole shot, because I couldn't see that there was kind of like this color gradient, like different, from the bottom it's pink, and then it slowly goes up to yellow, and then it kind of matches this color gradient in her hair. All you see when she's sitting down is just like yellow. And then when she stands up, you're like, oh, that's really cool. So that was another unfortunate kind of situation that you have when you're sitting down and in the promo before you can see the whole look. Yeah. So I didn't like it initially until I saw the whole outfit. Yeah.
How do you think she'll do on the season?
Oh, I think she'll do great. I think she will do great. I think, she's a recent queen where she has a huge fan base. I think she'll be great.
Miss Jayla, your thoughts?
I just know that it's going to be the showdown of the big girl this season. Yeah. Eureka, this is time 3, which means she almost won her season the second time she came back. So that means if you've gotten that far, you know the formula, you know what it takes, elevate it some more, and I think she's going to be one of the people that go straight to the finals. Now the outfits, I thought they were very Eureka, and that goes with some of those the bias judging things, if you will. I absolutely love it because it's over the top. It's something that she took, it's articulated very well on her body. Yeah. So that's one of the things that stands out to me as far as Eureka. She has always known her body, and she's always known what works as far as silhouettes go. And one of my favorite looks of her was the houndstooth cape that they showed with the hat, and one of my favorites. And then her season 9 look was the Gaga with the stripes, and the latex or whatever. Like, she understands fashion. She understands big girl fashion, and I can't wait to see more of it. So she's a favorite of mine. I love it.
I mean, she's always been a favorite of mine. I think, her and Ginger actually are two that I feel like really should have won their seasons. I just rewatched season 7 again, and I was so angry, probably angrier than I was the first time, because it just reaffirmed that Ginger Minj should have won season 7. Like, without a doubt. She really just kicked butt on that season. And so I like you said, I having these two bigger, I wish they had, I mean, I've always been a fan of the bigger girls. Like, I think that a lot of them do get, you know, things that they say to the bigger queens they wouldn't say to, like, Sonique, who's walking out in a bathing suit. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that there's a double standard on the sizes. So I'm really excited to see them both. I would love it to go down to Eureka and Ginger. I mean, that would be my dream scenario. Just because I love them both so much. I thought I just loved both the looks. I know I agree with you too, Jackie. I even her shoes are pink, that match the pink at the bottom of the tulle of the promo look. And her entrance is just typical. I mean, I can see her walking in Mickey's in that. Typical Eureka.
Right.
So that is it. That's everybody, you guys. We made it through. Any final thoughts from either of you now that we've seen everybody? Jackie, do you want to make any predictions of a final 3?
Oh, I'm not making any predictions. I think there's
too early
many
to call.
queens, and it's way too early to call. And so many of these queens, I feel like, are really good, really good, and they came to play.
Up in the air season.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a. I think there's a couple that I think we know will go home early. But again, I whoever said it in the chat, I think they're spot on. I don't know that there's a clear winner, which I think is great. I don't want an All Stars 2, let's just crown Alaska type competition.
That made me so mad. I was like, this is so obvious.
So ridiculous. And so that makes me happy. I hope when it gets into it, you never know what's going to happen when we get into it. But it'll be.
Well, my closing remark is, it hurts my heart to say this, but Serena ChaCha, give Akira that refund, girl. Give her that refund, girl.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Like I said earlier, if you're tuning in now, I mean, you've missed it all. But Ollie and I will be here tomorrow with Magenta Fox from Australia to recap Drag Race Down Under Season 1, Episode 5. And Jacque Borowski, tell everybody where they can find you on the social medias if they want to stalk you.
You can find me at 123 Jackie B on all platforms.
And Miss Jayla Roxx.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at whoisJaylaRoxx. And guess what, guys? I have rejoined Twitter.
Yay!
So if you follow my Twitter, good for you. But I will talk about it once the season starts. So I will be live tweeting All Star 6 with you all when the show airs, and then we'll come back on Sunday to talk about it. So there you have it.
Yay!
Oh, Chuck, I'm not doing the Down Under recap. You guys, my mom's birthday was this week, and that was the only day that she decided she wanted to meet with me. So I had to let my mom come first.
Right. Moms always come first. And you can follow me on social media at Lorayne Love, Lorayne Love. Miss Jayla, before we go, in case there are people listening that are in the Los Angeles area, I do believe you may be performing next weekend.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. So I had the opportunity to perform, and I don't really do it that much. So I had the opportunity to perform with Jasmine Masters and Mariah Paris Balenciaga this Sunday for brunch. We're going to be at a really fun event by Greg Starks. He's putting it together. And there's going to be Sasha Colby, myself, Gia Banks, who's on the new show Legendary on HBO Max. And Mayako, and she's coming from, I believe, Chicago, but don't get me wrong. But I'm excited to see the Jewish and Mariah Paris Balenciaga. That means I'm an all-star too, right?
Yes!
Honorary all-star. Yeah. So yeah, I
I
will
really
post
want to
all that stuff
go.
on Twitter.
Yeah, yes, please do.
You
And
don't
I'll
worry
be
about missing out. I'll post it all on Twitter. Yeah.
well, I want to go. I just like I've only my only downfall of being vegan is when they do these types of buffets and things. It's like, well, I'm going to pay $50 and eat a salad. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of
Yeah,
silly.
yeah,
So I was going to email them and ask them like if there's
yeah.
something they can do, but we'll see. I'm still it's still on my calendar as an option. So
Yeah, but if you can't make it, that's fine. I'll post all the fun stuff on social media so we can all be a part of it. So, yeah.
yes, 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 yes. And I will be performing on June 13th, which just happens to be Pride weekend at Beaches, West Hollywood. You will have to get a ticket. Well, I guess you don't have to get them in advance, but it's recommended that you get them in advance. And because it's Pride weekend, I'm guessing you probably want to get them in advance. And I think it's the Monday before my show that they'll go on sale. I'll be sharing the links and how to that if
Okay,
you're in the
yes,
Los
because we're
Angeles
gonna get a
area.
table. We're all gonna go. The cast is gonna come
Yes.
and support Miss Lorraine, honey. Okay, I got my ones ready. I got them all printed out. I had to iron a few of them because they was all crumpled up. But I got your money, girl. I got your money.
Oh, did we lose Jayla? I think we just
I
lost
think we
Jayla.
did.
Oh,
We
bummer. All right, you
did.
guys. Well, thank you, everybody. Chucky Chuck, Amber, Melody, Lewis, Ken, Singud, 9199. Thank you guys all who joined us in the chat live. And we will be seeing you all very, very soon when this all gets going. So thank you all. Love you.